Switch it over. Hold on.
Yeah, let me. You want to throw the? You have the photo to throw up there?
It's been up there.
Oh, it's been up there.
Yeah, I got this all squared away,
Bro,
man.
you got it all squared away. Why? I don't even need to question. I don't even need to question the Pope Bear.
Now, there's two things you never question: a bear or the Pope. Yeah, I got this all
I don't know. I think you questioned the Pope.
squared away. No, no, you're not
Having
supposed to.
very interesting tonight. It's a very interesting beer.
Are we gonna get a Pope Bear analysis of that beer?
You, no, no, I can't give that.
All right, so we're live, and Troy, take a look at the live stream. Look at the question marks above my head. What do you think?
I'm trying to load it right now. So.
Oh, I like them. I like.
Yeah. Hey, how about this? How about this? You ready? This one's just for you, Troy.
This brother.
A little bit of Texas, a little cowboy hat for you.
I'm gonna pause it just so I can see it. I don't want the stream running in case I crash something.
All right, I'm gonna take this off.
The cowboy. Yeah.
What is?
All right, I just had a cowboy hat going.
Put a cowboy hat on. Oh, you know what? You're so creative.
I'm creative.
So creative.
So
All right.
I don't even know what to do with myself.
Well, I know what you could do with yourself, but it would
Oh no, he did.
it'd require a jar of lube and
No, he did.
All right. So somebody's typing on their keyboard, I think.
Sorry.
Just don't do it again.
I won't. I'm just sending out a tweet.
Uh-huh.
No, don't worry. Dad the same thing.
Yeah, Dad was like, do 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 do.
Sorry, I was hammering my. I was like, I don't even have any keys left on that keyboard.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
there goes
I'm a
Dan.
really fast type.
What up, Tinks?
Woohoo!
There's my girl.
No, no, she's not your girl.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Brian, whose girl is she?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Whose girl is she?
I have a feeling that Tinks kind of gets around.
Oh.
You know, she was Brian's girl. She was Pope Bear's girl. Now she's Troy's girl. Is David next? Hey, Weeks. I have this somebody you should meet.
Oh yeah, what's your name?
Wait,
Yeah, I heard-
wait, Weeks. I don't know if you ever met. Have you ever met Dado?
Physically, no, but I've talked to him plenty of times.
I
Yeah.
can't speak highly enough about that dude, man.
Yeah, he's really cool.
All right, so
He volunteered for Extra Life like it was nothing. He was just
Yeah,
like, oh,
that's what I'm
yes,
saying,
we're-
dude. He will do anything for anyone. It is really incredible.
Yeah.
yeah, I still feel bad about what you had him do for us. That's just not appropriate to talk about on live stream though.
Wow.
I really don't want to ask now that you mention it.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry, David. We got
Bounty Hunter?
we got this. All right. Well, let's see.
Are voices live?
Tip of the tongue. Tip of the tongue. Yeah.
So they're live, right?
Yeah, we're live.
Pope, is that correct?
Yeah, we're done, man. You go for it.
Okay. Let me hit the buttons. Let me hit the magic buttons here.
Hit the button.
Smack him.
Chords.
Smack it.
Smack it. Smack it.
All right. I'm such a like everything has to line up. I'm so freaking anal. All right, everything's lined up.
Wait, what?
He's into anal.
That's the only time Brian pays attention. Trust me. Like that's the only time he's gonna go, what? What?
Quick question. What's the live stream URL?
Mm-hmm.
Twitch.tv /the DoD podcast.
Hope
That's
you
right.
Shuffle those papers.
The
The
DOD
DoD
podcast. Coming
Yeah,
at you.
Coming to you live from Channel 5.
I was
Studio.
at just DoD podcast. I was messing up.
It is just the DoD podcast.
DOD, I think.
It's just the DoD podcast.
All right. So Brian, anytime you're ready, start.
Uh-huh.
I've already started.
Oh, no, you didn't.
All right.
There it is.
We ready? We're ready.
Cheers to you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody ready?
Yeah.
You need to run through the
She
notes, or
tweeted
you
out.
guys?
Well,
Yeah,
we
she
are
did.
live, so just, anytime you want to stop saying you're ready and just start.
Oh wait, we're live.
The Guardian Radio Network presents the official DoD podcast. The only place where dads can be 100% correct 100% of the time. Don't tell your mother.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to episode 25 of the official DoD podcast. I'm your host, Too Loud TX. Here with me today, my co-host and Guardian Slayer himself, Noel Zero. What's going on, buddy?
Drop the heroes, give it to zero, bro. And
Okay.
that's it.
That's all you
That's it.
got.
I'm streaming. Oh, I was streaming, and we had fun. I was doing it with DPS. I had a lot of fun. I'll tell you about it in a little bit.
Well, the man that was down last night, he was down. He sent us a text and he's like, guys, don't think I have slept more than like 2 hours in the past 2 weeks. So I do have Destinitis. I am officially sick from Destiny. Physically, obviously, not emotionally. He still loves the game, but he finally got some sleep. Yours truly, my love of my life, Hope Bear. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, you know what? I'm tired of being sick. I think it's probably one of my worst times where, just one thing or another. And I just, right now, I'm axing out coffee, tomatoes, citrus, and now Taco Bell. I got food
Say you're
poisoning. I got
sick and
food
tired?
poisoning. I got food poisoning last night, and it was just horrible.
From
Oh.
Taco Bell?
Yeah, Taco Bell.
Would you say
Taco
you're sick and tired
hell.
of being sick and tired?
Yeah, if I go just starting out the room, to the restroom, you probably shouldn't ask why.
Okay.
Oh, I'm definitely asking why. I'm definitely, I'm concerned with all
we're
things
glad
food.
you're alive enough to help stream this and get this out to everybody. Thank you for being here, Pope, and pushing through.
Yeah.
The man
bad choice of
that has
words.
that has a sound named after him. It's kind of come along here. A horn has even been named after him from the DoD After Dark fans. The Horn Hambone himself, Mr. Hambone. What's going on, buddy?
Team ham horn. So, we got to have the ham horn. If Naked was in this call right now, he would have it going. But since
Yeah.
he is in chat, we'll just have to imagine. But yeah,
He doesn't give it any time. Right? As soon as he jumps in, dude. Like last night, we weren't even doing DoD After Dark.
Absolutely.
So, we have two special guests with us here today, as you guys might be able to tell that are in the stream. Our first guest this evening is a man that can't wait for a racetrack builder function to be put in Destiny. The creator and founder of Sparrow Racing League, your man Shane. What's going on, buddy?
How's it going, guys? I'm doing well, man. I'm so excited to be here. I actually lost sleep about this last night just because I
Really?
couldn't wait. Yeah, kind of.
Oh, you make
That's
my
awesome,
heart
man.
flutter,
Yeah,
Shane.
right?
Sweet.
You make my
Mm.
heart flutter, man. We're definitely glad you're here, and we're gonna let you tell us all about the Sparrow Racing League here in just a little bit. But our last guest, a special guest tonight, is a friend of mine. He has moved here to the Lone Star State of Texas to be here with me and No Zero. Really, why? No, he didn't really do that for us, but he's here with us, and he helped run Extra Life campaign earlier this year, or last year technically. He put together the first annual TexGuard Guardian Gathering, and is known as Destiny author from Destiny Dispatch. Your friend and mine, Mr. David Weeks. What's going on, brother?
Not much, Troy. How you doing?
Man, I am doing good.
Hey,
I'm glad you're here. Everybody got to hear you, at TexGuard do the little interview that we did with Cosmo and No Zero, but it was loud and maybe everybody didn't enjoy it like Pope. It hurt his ears a little bit. So I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're coming on, and you're actually here today for another special event that you've put together. And tell us a little bit about Operation Supply Drop that will be going down on the 28th of this month, next Saturday, or as people are listening to this coming Saturday.
Yes, sir. Well, it's all about the charity itself. Operation Supply Drop was founded on the motto of serving those that serve us. So it revolves around the military in essence, and basically what we do is we raise money during our 8-bit salute during a 24-hour marathon live stream, and then the money goes to uh, basically buy video games for troops who are recovering in hospitals or downrange on a base, and they get video games, controllers, consoles, T-shirts, the whole deal.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be
That is
really
awesome.
fun. Like you said, it's a 24-hour stream, right, David? So, I mean, what time
Yeah.
does it start on in the morning?
10 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time kicks off with us and Guardian Radio.
Awesome.
Nice.
And so then in the next day at 10 a.m., correct?
Yeah, next day, March 1st, goes into March 1st, 10 a.m. Central.
And we're going to be streaming Pacific time. I believe it's going to be 11 to 2. If you're Central time, it's going to be 1 to 4. If I did my math
Mhm.
very
That's
correctly.
it.
And so definitely jump on and catch us. We will definitely be doing some DoD after dark going on. I know Hambone and No Zero are going to be happy to do that and get that going. So it'll be a lot of fun, and we'll try to raise some money here, obviously, for Operation Supply Drop. You know, it's a really cool outreach for me because both my brother-in-laws are in the military, and in fact, one of my brother-in-laws has actually got medical discharge because of some events that occurred in Iraq. So it's close to me, you know, that this event, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm really happy that you asked us to be a part of it, David. So thank you so much, and thanks for putting it together. And I can't wait to see how much money we raise for our troops and get them some video games to enjoy while they're over there, right? So thank you. Next week we have Deej coming on. So we are super excited. And we are going to be doing a clan workshop with him. Pope is putting together a bunch of little things that will be taking place during and guests and things like that. But we will also be having Miss Tinks join us from Resolute next week as well. So she'll be here, and she's a big part of the community. You know, in the Facebook, she helps run the Facebook over there, and she's in Resolute. And so it's going to be a lot of fun doing, you know, talking about clans, talking about a little workshop, and you know, Pope Bear's specialty over there, the principal that he is, putting together a good outline and
Well,
really time for that.
well, do you want me to cover that, or is that what we're going with?
Yeah, go ahead. You want to go on? You want to go on some of
Yeah.
that? Go
So
ahead and
no,
spice it up a bit.
no, we got this. It's. I guess the thing that makes it interesting is a clan workshop. So for what we found is, as we were putting together the DoD, the Dads of Destiny clan, and as it grew and got larger and larger and larger and larger, we went through a lot of growing pains, and we weren't sure what to do on BNet. We weren't sure what services they had. We didn't know when we had outgrown it, where we went from there, and so there was a lot of like things that we kind of learned the hard way. And so we're hoping that as those clans are out there are struggling or they don't know what services are out there if they've outgrown BNet or where to go. We're hoping to give them our experiences, and we're going to have Deep Fried Dave on as well from the Dads of Destiny admin team, because when we made that transition over to the website, it was kind of a tough transition. And there's a lot of lessons to be learned. So it's something very close to Deej's heart, him coming from Tide the Leader. And it's just, we've been working on this project for a couple weeks now, and I think we're going to have some really good information for anybody who is either started a clan, wanted to start a clan, or their clan is growing and they don't know what to do. So, yep.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, inside of Dads of Destiny, we have a lot of clans as well that have done a lot of good things, and created some of their own content inside of Dads of Destiny. So we'll be highlighting and pinpointing some of those as well. So definitely join in next week. Deej and Tinks will be joining us, so don't miss that. Also, we have a few announcements to make on our Twitch page. Every Tuesday night, I am going to be joining Tinks for a little session we call TNT, where we'll be two-manning the Nightfall and the Weekly. On Friday and Saturdays, we'll be having DoD After Dark on PS4, and so make sure you join Null Zero and Hambone in that. On Sundays, me, Pope, and Null Zero are going to be jumping over to Xbox One and spending some time with you guys on the community, and really trying to build some relationships over there, be with you guys, spend some time with you, and hopefully you guys can enjoy that. So definitely send us some friend invites. We want to do that, and then obviously stay tuned during the week. Pope does a ton of streams during the week with different groups of people that are on Destiny, different clans and everything else. So everything from PvP to regular bounties and raids and everything else. So definitely stay tuned for that. As always, guys, make sure you jump over to dadsofdestiny.net this week for some other great content they have coming out over there. And lastly, I want to say thank you to all the official listeners. This past week, we officially hit 50 official listeners, and
That's
so
unbelievable.
yeah, man, I can't believe it. And what's even crazier is that we are getting emails every day, people asking if they can still support us, and of course you can. We want to do something a little special, and kind of drive the force a little bit at the beginning, obviously with the 50, and we're going to show our thanks to those guys. But we are going to have something really special for everybody else that wants to donate as well coming up here in April. We'll be announcing that, so definitely stay tuned. But I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts, really so much to all you guys that are already supporting us and being around. Everybody in the community as well, like David and Shane. Thank you so much, man, for you guys just being our friends and supporting us as well, and everybody that listens every week. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah, definitely. And well, we got all that finally out of the way, and I know Hambone's over there ready to turn the top off his beverage. So, with all that out of the way, let's gather our beverages of choice and get started with episode 25. Hey, you might want to add David back.
Hey,
Models up, Guardians.
Please drink
There we go.
responsibly. Silly kids, drinking is for adults only. Don't drink and ride your Sparrow. Drinking has been known to increase your aim. Individual possible results may vary. If you have a buzz lasting longer than 4 hours, contact the speaker immediately. No lawyers were harmed in the making of this disclaimer.
All right, Shane. So, as you may know, we have a tradition on the show where we, take a beverage of our choice and we enjoy it during this fine hour, or in some cases, it got a little carried away a few weeks ago. We went 2 hours long with Deep Fried Dave. And so we drank maybe a little too much that night. But go ahead and share with us maybe what you're drinking with tonight. Hopefully you're not driving a Sparrow somewhere. But what are you drinking?
No driving Sparrows right now, not tonight. I'm actually drinking a Pliny the Elder.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
What?
there you go.
Oh,
I
okay.
was actually pretty excited because I was looking on your website before this. Actually, I'd already gotten the beer, and I see that Vladimus recommended it for Pope Bear. I was
Yes,
like,
sir.
Yes.
It is
But,
a phenomenal beer.
Oh, it's a great beer. It's extra hoppy if that's what you're into, but it's delicious. It's really awesome. Try to pour it into a glass, not straight out of the bottle. It tastes much better that way.
Agreed.
Wow. Well, yeah, that's a fan favorite for sure. It's one of Pope's favorites, and he enjoyed it for quite some time, and more than one of them at a time. So, thank you so much for grabbing it. What about you, David? What are you enjoying over there?
Raw and Sons Ugly Pug. Gotta go
Oh,
local,
that-
right?
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
good one.
It's
And you're actually in Temple, so you're traveling tonight, and you're at a friend's house in Temple, right? And enjoying a local. That's a good one. That's definitely a good choice.
gotta stay with
What
the
about?
favorites.
Yeah. What about you, Pope? What is your stomach bearing tonight? What do you have?
I went crazy. I went across the pond, straight to England. Now I'm drinking some Earl Grey tea. I had to
Yeah.
tonight. It's a little bit of milk and a little sugar, and I don't know. I had just got off of of having like a stomach flu, or the stomach poisoning, so food poisoning. So I think I'm gonna drink some Earl Grey tea tonight and be happy with that.
All right. Oh.
Man, he has the most
L Zero, pick it
digestive
back up for
problems
me.
I've
What do you
ever
have?
heard.
You don't have any tea or water or Gatorade, right?
Nope, I have the
Please.
Fort Bend Brewing Backyard Blonde Ale.
What's with you and blondes?
Hey, we're in
Hey,
Texas, man. Come
Texas,
on.
we like our blondes, man.
All right.
So that's what I'm drinking. I've never had it. I've never heard of this place, so we'll see how it goes, man.
Well, we want to know if
That's
it's got a
what you picked
reaction
up
or not.
earlier today, right? No Zero, you picked up like an energy drink that's made locally. here in
Yeah,
Austin.
actually, I picked up. Let me show you the bottle. It's a moonshot. It's a different kind of buzz. It says from Austin, Texas. It's 30% fruit juice, 100% cane sugar, all natural flavors, no preservatives. This is what it looks like.
Yeah, little. It's called moonshot. I thought it was a. I thought it was
It's
like a shot
clear,
of liquor at
and
first.
this
Totally
one is this one is sour apple, dude. It was delicious. It was
What are
like
you
the
What are you drinking? What are you saying?
it's
right
an
now?
energy
Is
drink.
that an alcohol?
What are you?
Yeah, it's an energy drink. And no,
I'm
actually,
confused right now.
they sell it at the liquor store because here in Austin, apparently this is a trend. Like this particular energy drink is they say way better for like mixers than like Red Bull and the other kinds of energy drinks because it's cane sugar. There's no preservatives. There's no coloring, nothing. So it mixes better with alcohols, and so it's apparently it's catching on in Austin and kind of a big thing.
So
No.
before Hambo
No.
blows up over here because
Hamo acts like he's never
he
had an energy drink mixed with vodka.
I have.
Well,
But you don't
yeah,
have
So
the
shut
vodka.
your mouth.
But you don't have the vodka.
You just
basically bought a
Well, what's
mixer
funny about
without
this
the
is-
alcohol.
we started off with Pint of the Elder, right? We went with blonde,
It's
raw, and
our
Suns,
guests
right?
are holding
And-
up the
and then Pope
podcast
had to
here.
break the trend with his gray tea, and you know, well, Zero started off well with his beer, but then he finished off with his energy drink.
Yeah.
So now, Hambone, what do you have for me, dude? What is on point from the Bevmo special today?
Man, this is the clean out week at the house here, so I have a narwhal. Let me see if I can get that. Boom.
Clean out
Narwhal,
week.
which is which is made by Sierra Nevada, and of course, you know I'm always double fisting it, so I have some more of my rye whiskey. So we're gonna turn up. It's about to be on point tonight.
Dude, do you
So-
ever have one drink? I mean, seriously.
I gotta
You
say,
always have two drinks.
What is the point of that? What is the point of that? You can
Oh
have
my
twice the fun.
gosh.
Twice the fun.
I don't
so
know.
I gotta say the
Hey.
Sierra Nevada stuff.
It's gonna be wiped by the time this is over. Oh man.
You'll
Dude,
see. I'll
well,
be leaning like that. I'll be on the side.
The Sierra
Uh,
Nevada stuff. I've tried the Pale Ale. I've tried the Hefe.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
both of those are really good. And so I can only imagine. I want to try everything that they make. They
Yeah,
make
this
good.
is an imperial stout, if you will, sir. So
No, I'm saying I want to try everything they do. So I mean, everything I've tried. So I mean, I've only tried 2 of their products, but both
when
of
you
them
come
were
out, we will rectify that situation. We
Sounds
will
good.
get you terms.
well, I'm enjoying another Blue Moon. As I told you guys last week, I got like a 6-pack of a variety of different Blue Moons that are brewed just for the seasonal time. And this one is Cinnamon Ocheta Ale. And it's very interesting. It's actually pretty good. I don't know if you like Ocheta, if you've ever had Ocheta, but it is basically a rice milk
Okay,
that they
can you at least pronounce it right?
Ocheta.
It's horchata.
Oh,
Chata.
Call that.
is it a tomato or is it a tomato?
No. This isn't the same,
Is it a
Brian.
pecan
This
or
is
a
this
pecan?
is this
Yeah,
is
you're right. I'm just trying to get it
horchata.
out
You got to roll the R.
Hey, okay.
Horchata.
I'm a white man. I'm saying Ocheta. Okay.
Okay.
So, anyways, everybody knows what I'm talking about. And it's
Un
it's
taco,
good.
por favor.
Ocheta
He
wants to
can't
see
roll
it.
his tongue.
Yeah,
He can
it's,
roll
it's
his tongue.
So
Blue Moon,
Uh,
they're killing it.
without more corrections from Pope on how I say Ocheta, let's go ahead and see what Shane actually has to tell us about the Sparrow Racing League that he started, and how you found that Shane, and maybe what's going on over there, how people can find you, and what type of things you guys do over there in that community.
Yeah, so really it started when I was in the beta. I was pretty active in the Reddit Destiny forum, or I guess subreddit.
Mhm.
And a lot of people had brought it up that they wanted a Sparrow Racing League. They're like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we race these sparrows? And so I'm just like, all right, well, if no one's going to do it themselves, I'll do it. And so I registered the website. I started making a league. I had a couple people help me out with it. And last month, or actually at the beginning of this month, about 2 weeks ago, we had our first PlayStation 4 official tournament where we awarded a month of PlayStation Plus to the winner.
Wow.
So that was actually pretty cool. We have a whole bunch of stuff that we have planned going on. Like we're planning on making our own bounties for Destiny players that they can get points on our website for, and then redeem it for little things like maybe a sweatshirt or a controller or something cool like that. And so we're trying to expand Destiny as a whole, not just within Sparrow Racing. But yeah, we have those bounties planned. We're currently redoing the site because it's really slow. and we have a whole bunch of more tournaments to be had that we have planned, as well as at the end of the season, which isn't determined yet when that will be, a world championship. So
So how
Nice.
how do get into a race and get points, and where do you guys do it at?
well, for the tournament that we had, we did it through the Vault of Glass spawn point. Since Venus kind of works out pretty well, where you can do a whole lap around the planet, and so we just told them like we had a video already laid out, so we asked the racers to view the video first, so that they knew the course before coming into it, to make everything easier. And we actually had a lead referee, so that he would lead, or he would go about 20 seconds ahead of everyone, so that he would load the next zone for them to kind of eliminate loading screens.
Right.
And so yeah, it was a best of 3 races for the championship round. And what's actually kind of cool is that since it was the very first tournament ever, we're still kind of writing the rules. We allowed them to decide how we wanted to judge it. And they decided that they wanted to do it Mario Kart style, where we would have 3 races, and depending on what place you got for each race, you got points. And at the end of 3 races, the person with the most points was the winner.
Huh.
So that was actually
pretty
pretty cool. We gave some leeway in how we judged it.
So
Kind of
And how many people
how
did
do
you have in the first race?
We had 15 official racers, and in the final race, we narrowed it down to 4, a final 4. And
Nice, man.
yeah, so per race, we had 2 referees, one at the start finish line, and the other one led the pack. And so 4 racers, 2 referees, since the Vault of Glass spawn point allows 6 people per fire team.
I was curious how
So
you I was curious how you're gonna break all that in and like get enough people and just the plain logistics of it. But that's creative, getting into going into a raid and using that.
Yeah, I mean, until Bungie allows us to have more people to a fire team, that's probably gonna have to be how we're gonna do it. Unfortunately, Crota Zen didn't allow us to have access to the whole moon. It's just kind of that spawn point getting into the actual raid.
Mhm.
So that was kind of unfortunate. But yeah, the Vault of Glass worked really well. And
Just see
also
who
to
can drive
throw-
off the bridge the fastest. Just start at the top and
Absolutely.
just see who can
Yeah.
drive off the fastest.
right? Yeah.
2-second races.
But yeah, I mean, we have shorter races planned too, that we're working on. Because the Venus one going around the planet, it's actually kind of long. It takes about 5 or 6 minutes to actually make a full lap.
Right.
But we're planning shorter races, like faster sprints instead of those endurance ones too.
So did you I was curious about this. So the guys are racing around in the and so in as a fire team, right? And
Correct.
they would do one lap and then that would be recorded.
Yes.
And so and then you did the best of 3, right? So how many contestants did you have on this? Because I heard Deej kind of get on board with this, right? Did he give you
Yeah.
some prizes and stuff like that? Is that
He didn't. He's kind of waiting for us to get bigger,
Sure.
since it was only 15 official racers.
Mhm.
So but what he did us a favor, and he put us in the weekly update,
right?
which is really what helped us get our name out, since like so many people see that.
Mhm.
So that really grew our popularity quite a bit. But no, the prizes were actually just on our own, things that we did on our own.
Well,
Cool.
we'll,
What did you guys give away?
For the winner, we gave away a month. I think I have one right here. Yeah, a month of PlayStation Plus, since we were on the PlayStation 4 platform. On the back here, it has a little code that I sent to them after you scratch that off.
we'll want to.
And then for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place, we've actually awarded them points that will be later useful on our site that we're expanding into. That can be redeemable for prizes, really.
Troy, I think we should throw in something into the prize pool ring.
Yeah,
The thing,
yeah, for sure. Let's
That'd be cool.
next time you guys have a race, we're gonna go ahead and donate some shirts to you guys, and
That'd be sweet.
and that way you guys can give away some DoD podcast apparel. You have any? What else? What else? What else you want to give away?
I don't know. We could do I don't know, a raid with the podcast team. I don't know if is that something that people want to do. We could do
Oh,
something
I
fun like
most
that.
certainly want to rate with the podcast team.
Oh, we don't allow you to raid. We don't
I'm
want
just
to
saying.
we don't want to
I'm just saying.
wipe. So you know.
Oh, suck it.
We'll definitely Shane, we'll figure something out for sure.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
that'd be
but-
awesome.
So Shane, you were talking about a website. What's your website?
Oh, we are very easy. SparrowRacingLeague.com.
Ooh.
And you can send us feedback, emails, get in contact with us at SparrowRacingLeague@gmail.com, or follow us on Twitter at DestinySRL.
So is that the best place to find updates for the race schedule and all that good stuff on Twitter, or?
Yes. I mean, Twitter only allows us a certain number of characters, but
Right.
we do have we usually link our news posts on our Twitter. If we
Right
send
on.
a news post, yeah, we'll link it there, and then have the whole article on our website on the front page.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing the reason I brought y'all up on the podcast not too long ago, is I actually didn't see the update where you were on with DJ. At least maybe I didn't recognize what they were saying, and one of your refs followed me on Twitter and said some. He just kind of said, "Hey, love the podcast and all that," and I was interested because of his logo and stuff, and it said referee, and I was like, what is this? What's going on here? And then when I found y'all's website, I was like, this is really cool that they're doing this. Because in my mind, it's like, if y'all are successful, you kind of can push Bungie in a position to say, hey, look, people want this, and y'all showed that it could be successful when there was no real, format to do it. And then it definitely gets them inspired to possibly do what it takes to give y'all the tools to do it better.
Oh,
Yeah,
exactly. See, we'd love to expand Destiny to just have something for everyone, because there's only so much you can do right now. You can do strikes, crucible, and raids, really, and then we're trying to provide another alternative to the Destiny community, something
Very
fun
nice.
that we can do.
Yeah, well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna start a cross country where we see who can run the fastest around the map. Just a cross country league in that way.
So that's actually pretty funny because Trent, the guy who you're talking about from Australia, the referee, he's actually planning to have an Ironman, really, where it's a race on a planet, then it's a mission, then a strike.
Oh,
Okay.
there you
He's-
go.
He's planning that out, the Destiny Ironman.
All right.
That's
That's cool.
really
That's a
cool.
good
That's a
idea.
really good idea, man.
Yeah.
Do you remember in Halo there used to be all those trick jumping videos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't it be great to have something combined where the Sparrow you do a race and then you got to do some jumping puzzle where you got to be able to jump or get across some series of jumps to a certain area. I don't know.
See, that's actually what we kind of had planned for bounties. Like, bounties will be different from what Bungie already provides. Like, some of them are land a Sparrow on a dropship.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
yeah. awesome.
Stuff like that. Also,
That's awesome.
like, get a game of soccer going on in the tower with the purple ball.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
As opposed
Because,
to the
like,
soccer
the tower
ball.
is supposed to be social.
Right.
And so we want to
Yeah.
we want to help make things social.
Great.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, obviously that's what's really cool, and I think that's what's really a big, if you want to say, glue of Destiny right now is the community really holding and really staying together and still playing together and enjoying the interaction. So it's really cool. Like I said, obviously we have you from Sparrow League tonight and Dave from Destiny Dispatch in here. Obviously we got 3 communities represented here that are just growing at their and they appeal to all kinds of people. So it's really cool to see the diversity that's there in everything that is in Destiny and all the different communities and all the different clans and everybody that's trying to do things. And man, sounds really fun what you guys are doing. I mean, you should even do like your best trick and turn it in, have people score them right, and different
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Is the
that's a lot of fun.
is the 24-hour live stream that we're doing is it designated what we're doing? Is it Crucible?
It's not designated what we're doing, right, David? We can do whatever we want to do on.
You can do what
first
you guys
project.
can sit there and talk if you want.
Dance party.
So
Dance
if
party
if
and a
if we,
dance
if we
party.
got Shane together, we maybe did some he introduced us to a little bit of the rules. I might just want to have Shane as the referee and race these other 3 fools because I have a feeling that I'd be able to smoke them.
Oh,
my
you guys
Oh
are
my
always welcome.
gosh.
Yeah, so maybe we could coordinate something so that during our live stream, we do a
Let's
little
have a race,
podcast
Shane.
race. You know,
Yeah, let's have a race.
we
Shane.
need to settle this
Set a
right now,
race
right
up
now.
for us on the 28th,
Bro, do
and
you
have
even
a podcast.
Sparrow, bro? Unbelievable.
One
And,
question on the Sparrow racing: do y'all mainly use Timebreaker or do y'all use the EV, the tumbler?
So for the tournament, we restricted it to the tumbler because
Okay.
not everybody has a time breaker, and the time breaker's kind of cheap, to be honest, if you're
Right.
in a racing league.
I don't
Unless
know,
everyone,
because I thought it was kind of strategic, right? Because you hold it down, and it's like, oh crap, I'm gonna blow my engine, and then that's where I thought
Yeah.
maybe y'all would force it there, because I thought there's some strategy there.
see if everyone had the time breaker, that'd be awesome. I'm so down to do a race like that.
Right.
But not everyone has it, so we wanted to, like most people, tumbler though, you know. So
Right.
we
Right.
wanted it to be the most even playing field.
I got you.
But I mean, there are ways you can give yourself advantages by like landing tricks. I don't know if you guys know, but that actually spar run the corner there. If you
Wow.
land a trick, and you'll hear the little sound that goes like doo doo doo, and your boost bar is refilled so that you can use. So
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I wondered what that sound was.
yeah,
So you hit this
I thought
clink.
that was just, hey, you landed a trick. Like that's all I thought it was. I never noticed it was popping the boost bar back up.
Oh, that's great.
oh yeah, no, it's actually pretty cool. Well, I didn't know what that sound was for a while either. It was pissing
That's
me off,
pretty
and then I
sweet.
figured it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're all learning something tonight. That's for sure, right, Hambone? You're gonna learn something today.
You gonna
You
learn
gonna learn
today?
today?
Well, I'll teach you guys the rest when we race when we race.
Say it
we
with your chest.
Say
Well,
it.
something else we learned this week was the final steps towards 1.1.1 are being taken. Deej let us know, and he got together, I guess, with the design lead, Emmy Chung, and they talked about the update this week, and basically, they had the weekly strikes, right? As we all know, weekly strikes every week, and they're making them, or they're match made. So there's obviously been a lot of people that want Nightfall match made. There's some people that want raids match made. Well, the weeklies went ahead and got match made, and they asked about them. Is Nightfall going to come? He says no. We're not going to add matchmaking to Nightfall. We're not going to add matchmaking to raids yet. And obviously they're still looking at everything, but obviously they saw a need for the weekly, and basically from the article that Deej put out this week, it was that they see that a lot of people don't have maybe a lot of friends on, or they're limited, or they get on at different times. So they wanted to make the weekly strike available because they felt like you didn't need as much planning and teamwork in order to make it through the weekly like you do the Nightfall, because obviously on Nightfall you wipe, you start all the way over. So.
Right.
Well, Zero actually has an opinion about this because I mentioned to him today when we were reading through the notes. And No Zero, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you think about this matchmaking situation?
What do I think about matchmaking? I think it's a good thing and a bad thing. I've gone back and forth. I know you said it, and initially I was like, no, and then it's like I've thought about it. It's like, okay, yeah. To me, I think you should have the option to matchmake it, honestly. Like, if I want to do it solo, why can't I? I mean, that's my problem with, like, the rock playlist and stuff. Like, going into and doing the Vanguard playlist is sometimes me doing them by myself is actually better than some of the people I get paired with. And I don't like to be like that towards the community in any way, but, you're going to get match made with people that are not interested in communicating and not in, maybe less experienced. Maybe they don't have good guns for it. Maybe they're just there to level up guns. I don't know. But there's just times where I'm like, dude, this would be so much easier if these two people weren't here.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. I mean, obviously my thing to, my remark to you when I read this was, and feel free everybody to jump in here, but I felt like this is something they're doing because they're seeing a drop-off in weeklies. Number one, because people already have all the coins they want, right? And number two, because people aren't playing the game anymore. And so to try to keep people that are still playing the game around and not leave and go play with their friends on another game, they're adding this match-made situation to try to give players something to intrigue them to stay around.
I think that's I would argue that maybe you could see it that way, but I think it's for a different reason. When they showed up, when they showed some of the stats of, remember a couple updates ago, it talked about how how players were playing Destiny, and that they're up to 17 million unique users, 3 hours within the week. If you look at the breakdown of that, the majority of players are actually playing. The largest playlist is patrols, and a lot of players are playing patrol, and they started to look at the data and realize that that they needed to engage people more in the PVE player needs to have more communal playlists, not like the raid is still going to stay the raid and the nightfall is still going to stay the nightfall, but they needed to open up the weekly and other things to matchmaking. I don't think it has to do with fewer people. I don't think it has to do with fewer people playing the game. I think it has to do with them recognizing where the data is or where the players are, and giving them more opportunities.
Yeah, I
What
think
about you,
it's.
Dave?
Go ahead.
David, what do you David Weeks? What do you play the weeklies every week? I mean, are you going through your nightfalls and your weeklies constantly and finishing those, or
I do when I can. I don't have a lot of free time, so when I do play, it's typically whoever's on. Let's get together. But I think it's a good idea. I mean, because the PVE crowd doesn't get thrown a lot of bones when it comes to updates. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
right?
Because people in Crucible, they get something new, I guess, every week. And I guess PvE does too, to a point, but this is like, hey, we can find new people this way, make new connections, get match made, all that stuff.
So you said you don't play very often. Obviously, us four guys over here, and I don't know about you, Shane, how often you play, but we play a ton, right? And we are lucky
We
to be
play
able to
enough
do
for
that.
y'all.
But obviously, we find the groups of people that we play with, constantly, and maybe we have some more people on because we're all on really late hours and different hours that are on when we can play. And I have noticed, like when I had my Steinmeier, I was off for a week or so, week and a half, and I didn't play. And I noticed when I came back, it's like everybody kind of had these pairs back, which is understandable. How they're they're already in raids, or they're already done their weeklies or whatever else. That would have been a fun time for me to have the matchmade situation. Being that you don't play very often, are you ever in a position to where you need somebody to play it with? Like you can't find anybody to play the weekly with if you're looking to, or are you like, no, not really?
Definitely. Yeah. I find myself in that position very often because, like, people are like, oh, hey, you want to do the raid? No, I can't. I already did it with these people or something like
Right.
that. So I come late a lot. Like, most of my days off are after everyone's already done everything for the week. So that's just the way it happens, though.
And I think that that's why a lot of groups have formed, like the cornerstone of the Dads of Destiny and other stuff has been like, you know, even though I probably will do the raid, I don't know, 10 to 15 times a week, and it really doesn't matter. I'll get it done within on the Tuesday night, that reset, but with all my characters. But then the rest of the time, it's just teach streams or like hanging out with people that haven't done it before.
Right,
Right.
but that's a very special thing for you, Pope. Most people,
No,
at
I
least a lot
know.
of people that I see, don't like after they get hard done for the week. They're like, I don't want to see it again.
Right.
Right.
And I'm even running into people who have now collected all the primaries that they were looking for, so they are just Xing hard from their to-do list every week. So a lot of that's happening. So,
Yeah, Savvy's done it. I remember they were counting the other night. They've done it over 125 times. The
hmm
one of the groups, Savvy, and
Wow.
like, there's no reason for us to do it again. Everybody's done it. Everybody's.
right,
I mean, in order for them to even be intrigued now, it's because somebody in the group is asking. Like Crash is wanting to run the sword, so they're running him on normal and teaching him how to
right.
run the sword so he can do it on hard. But they're just like, we're trying to keep it fresh, and
Well,
the only way they're keeping it fresh is for them to have people to do different roles, and
well,
try
and I,
different roles.
I I
So
think and I think that that's probably the honestly the thing that gets me the most excited about the game is lately we've been had the opportunity of playing with some Bungie guys, and they're so crazy working on the game that they maybe didn't and some Dads of Destiny guys too. They just haven't had time to jump in and do the raid and have be all aspects of it. Maybe they jump in and they get stuck shooting from the window, right? They never really get asked to. So what I've been doing is making a conscientious effort before we activate the crystal is asking everybody in the room. Sometimes it's purposeful, like, hey, we're gonna go on the raid to get this person this experience.
Right.
But
Right.
but most of the time it's like we get to the crystal and it goes, I've run the sword so many times that it's not necessarily it's automatic for me. So to get somebody else in there and wipe a few times and just have them experience it.
Except you still haven't let me run the sword yet.
Yeah, because So let's.
No, Troy, it's because you have a Galahorn, bro.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
You gotta have that
my
damage.
galley's bigger than his.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
I thought they
Why
were
do
the
you
same
guys like
size.
that?
I'm confused. There's unique size Galahorns.
Oh, yeah.
So
there are.
on this-
So,
So Brian, I got mad at you the other day. We were playing Crota and he was shooting Crota with the black hammer and I'm like, no, you got to pull out the Galahorn.
right.
Mm-hmm.
He just kept telling us that he was white nailing him really well. So,
Wow. See?
obviously he went on in the update this week, and he tells us a little bit about what his section, what he called bullet time, right? And so, one of the first things he says here is that Zer will stop forgetting to bring his exotic engrams when he visits us from wherever Zer comes from. I even said to No Zero, because I go in there and I look for a couple things, and if it's not there, like I'm like, okay, whatever, I don't need to spend my coins this week. Like I didn't even notice he wasn't bringing engrams, and No Zero's like, yeah, dude, he hasn't brought them for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh
So,
yeah,
did
a
you notice
while.
that, Brian?
Yeah. Yeah. No engrams, and it's. I noticed because I had moats. You know what I mean? Like I always buy them. Just even if I don't need them, I just always buy one. And he hasn't had them, and it's been very sad. So I'm now up to like 60 moats because every time I see him, I buy out all of my moats. I'm like, what else do you use them for?
Well, see, I personally have, like, I don't care if he's gonna have engrams or not because the motes of light are very valuable to me for re-rolling
Yeah.
Iron Banner.
Yeah, 'cause,
So.
you have the Timber Lash that everybody in the world wants.
right, you did
Like,
re-roll it like 80.
Oh no, I spent 120 motes of light re-rolling Timur's Lash, and
yeah, but dude, every
gosh.
time anybody sees you on a stream with that, like the first thing they say is, "I want a Timber's Lash." Like you couldn't imagine how many people when we did the ride along
Yeah.
with Bungie, or we did the raid with Bungie. They're
yeah,
like
that's right.
in the chat saying, "Oh, a nice roll on Timber's Lash." Oh,
No,
wow,
it
how'd
took
you
me
get
a
that Timber's
while,
Lash?"
and then I just
What do
finished.
you have on it?
I have Luck in the Chamber, Field Scout, and Precision or Outlaw.
Outlaw.
So
That's delicious.
it's a beautiful, beautiful hand cannon. It has the impact of the icebreaker, and it sits with 13 rounds in the chamber. And just getting one headshot kill with it, any of those 13 rounds will do an almost instantaneous reload. So it's a great PvE gun. But I just finished rolling the rocket launcher because it's back again. You can reroll any Iron Banner gun when the Iron Banner's up. It doesn't have to be being sold. So I had the Iron Banner that I saved back from the previous Iron Banner because I spent almost 200 motes of light re-rolling the rocket launcher to get the perfect roll, and I never got it. So I saved up my motes of light, and now it's back, and I had 120 motes of light to get the perfect roll on the rocket launcher, and I got it after like the 4th try. So I'm set. I'm gonna save the rest of the motes of light for that scout rifle. It's got you don't need to change it. I mean, it's got a perfect stat roll.
Firefly, dude.
Just straight off the box, it's got a perfect. With that shotgun though, I'm gonna probably hit it a few times and try to get something.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And speak of Iron Banner, Pope, you have the Iron Banner point there that he makes under bullet time. You want to go ahead and cover that?
Yeah, absolutely. So Iron Banner will work as previously promised with a greater variety of maps in rotation, as well as a couple new bounties that give you more control over which weapon you can choose to complete them. And we're hoping that one would have arrived before the current event. And so it's it was kind of frustrating for me because when you jumped into Iron Banner, some of the bounties were like, when you look at the Crucible and the Iron Banner bounties, they were really frustrating because if they did anything with fusion rifles or shotguns, it's just like crazy nuts inside everybody's using them, and I think it ruins the gameplay. So it's nice to see some of the bounties be more, not generic, but take a step back and not give us let us play the game we want to play, and do get those bounties done in a different way. So I really like that they're going to be changing that up and definitely adding more maps in. I would really love to see all the maps in Iron Banner. Um, this is where
Yeah,
I insert my capture the relic, game type. So it'd be nice to see not only them do some more maps like they should, but definitely throw it in there. I was hoping that 1.1.1 would give us a new game mode as well, but I have a feeling that that's not going to happen until the House of Wolves expansion. I don't
Right.
know for a fact, but if I was a betting man, I would wanna say that they throw down some different game types for the expansion.
Hmm. Shane, do you play Iron Banner at all? Are you into that?
I did a little bit the first time it came around.
But not recently.
Not recently. To be honest, I had some family troubles, so I haven't had the time to.
Right on.
This week's. I want to get in there. I want to pwn some noobs, man.
Well, if you're on
Yes,
PS
I'm talking about pulling some dudes.
if you're on
What about you?
PS4,
You play Iron Banner?
yeah.
Weeks,
Hmm?
do you play in the Iron
Oh,
Banner?
absolutely. It's like a pastime for me and my brother at this point. We make a
Yes.
great we make a great two-person team. So we just go in there back to back, shooting people, shot out into the face, just having a good time like boys will.
Yeah, 'cause your brother is actually still in New York? Is that correct?
Yeah, he's still up there in New York. I'm from a small town on the Pennsylvania border. So yeah, that's how we bond when he's so
Yeah.
far away. I'm all the way down here in Texas.
Did you guys play any of the 2v2s that were out for Valentine's Day?
No, we didn't get to. I
Oh,
was
that's
working.
so good. It is so good. I would
Yeah.
love to see that on there full time, man. You'd love that, especially if
It
you play
needs
with your
to be.
brother. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
needs-
we've obviously discussed a few times, David, that we don't understand why they keep taking good playlist off. Like it doesn't make a lot
I
of sense to
know.
me.
Bungie,
I understand
listen
them,
right
them
now.
making the Iron Banner an event, but I don't know why they keep taking things off like that. For instance,
Mhm.
a great option.
Great
So
option. Yeah.
Still fun.
what about No Zero? You have the strikes one there. If you want to go ahead and cover that one.
So, oh, sorry. Um, sorry, I thought you were going longer than that. All right, so
Oh, sorry.
oh, thank you. Strikes and Crucible maps will
He
be
says,
less.
wait. He says that like, oh, you done? Oh, because you weren't waiting on me.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. I don't get this guy.
Strikes
Go ahead.
and Crucible maps will be less likely to repeat themselves when you stay in matchmaking playlist with your fire team. Which, thank God, because especially on strikes, I don't know about y'all, but like the name is escaping me right now, but it's on Mars, and it's when you have to fight the guy with the big old Gatling gun. When you sit there and you're trying to just play a bunch of strikes in a row, and you get that like 3, 4 times in a row, I mean, you just want to bang your head up against the wall. It takes forever.
On the arc.
Pope's dog. I love
Yeah,
Pope's dog.
the dog always gets me. I'm like, what is that on his lap that he's like?
An unhealthy love here with this
Right?
dog.
Nothing unhealthy. No. A man and his dog, there's nothing unhealthy about that.
I've seen what you
Not
do with
the
that
dog
dog.
itself,
I know.
but
It's
what you do with the dog is unhealthy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I agree with No Zero. Obviously, if I'm gonna go play the rock playlist, I don't want to be playing the same thing over and over and over. And in fact, I don't have even. I can probably count on my hands the number of times I've actually played the rock playlist, and it's probably less than
probably.
10.
Probably.
Well,
Um,
it
Unless
happens.
you have 11 fingers.
Yeah, unless I have fingers and 10. I mean, I would imagine it's
Nice.
probably
Nice.
five or six times that I've done that. So
On one hand?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I think that a lot of the rest of like a lot of this part of the update is very basic, very basic updates that I think people have been waiting for. The one that I really found that we kind of skipped over at the beginning, but is kind of the heart and soul of this update is when the bits from 1.1 stream to your drive, we'll be finally fixing a heavy ammo bug, applying some newfound balance to the weapon sandbox, and enhancing the view of your ever-growing reputation. So I think that those are the two center points to this update that I think
Right.
were extremely valuable. This sort of like meat and potatoes like things, I feel like a lot of people thought that they should have fixed those a while ago, but it is nice to see that they're kind of correcting some things and looking at the data and realizing that yeah, we need more we need more maps in Crucible, and strikes shouldn't be the same like strike over and over and over again. And and the Grimoire cards, I mean, I think it's good to see that they're spending more time on the Grimoire cards, but I still think that there should be some sort of library in the tower where you can go and read your Grimoire cards. That's it.
Absolutely.
I mean, fundamentally, you should be able to go to the tower after you've just earned a Grimoire card, go to the library. Maybe it's over by the speaker where he has all those books. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then walk over there, you hit a button, and then you can look at your inventory of Grimoire cards. I'm just saying. But
I wonder if you could overfill your inventory with Grimoire cards. Hopefully, they'd have enough storage for those at least.
that's a vault size joke. That was a
I
vault
mean,
size joke.
Yeah, I mean this is and since you covered Hambone's Grimoire card point there already,
Yeah.
I'll ask Hambone a question. So hey, Hambone, do you think they're gonna have more vault space in the expansion? And if they don't, what are you gonna do?
Hmm. I don't know, man. I really feel like they're going to give us some extra vault space. But in the event that they don't, you can keep stuff on your third character. Like, I'm not constantly running all three guys. So I usually get all my overflow, all my legendaries that I'm not using, or exotics like Universal Remote or No Land Beyond. They normally sit on my third guy. So, yeah, just put them on your character and get rid of any fusion rifle in your inventory. That's what you should do.
Yeah, just delete it right there.
Exotic, legendary, rare, it doesn't matter. Just get rid of all of them.
And
So-
and speaking of, I know this is sort of random, but it was in the update. Speaking of deleting fusion rifles, don't
Oh.
ever give your data or your information of your PlayStation account
Wow.
or share to anybody online the share play that you don't know, love, and trust your
Absolutely.
account. I mean,
I
these.
saw that, man.
Oh, it's heartbreaking, isn't it? That it was
I
kids
felt
like
so bad for him.
the
He
kids.
started crying.
I-
I felt so bad.
I was
Oh,
okay with
man.
it until he started crying. Then
So for
Yeah.
those that don't know, go ahead and explain what you're speaking about.
All right, so at the bottom of the weekly update, we could play it if you wanted to, but there's a video there that said, "Please be careful out there, kids. Bungie has some ideas for how we can make regrettable deletions like this less permanent, while we plan the right course of action, build our new game features, protect your guardians from sleazy online jerks." So this guy, and I'm gonna throw his name is Kermit the Frog, and I'll throw it. He is a known troll and someone that I hope maybe is the subject of some DDoSers. But anyway, so just throwing that out there. So there's this guy out there that tricked this kid. He's a 12-year-old kid, and if you're older, you know how easy it is to just con little kids. And he thought it was funny to con him into giving him his access to his PlayStation through SharePlay. And then the guy went in and he deleted his characters. So he had everything. He two 32s, I think, and then the guy went to his hunter who didn't have anything, so he deleted his first two characters, went into his hunter, his third character, and then deleted all the inventory from inside of that. So when the kid came back, who thought he was being, yeah, granted the kid was trying to boost, right? He thought it was a boost. The guy was conned him by telling
Still,
him.
dude.
But this guy definitely messed with him and deleted all his stuff. And if you know how long it takes to get the stuff that you got, but imagine this kid has been playing since the game came out, has 3 characters, and they're all the exotics were deleted. Everything was deleted. His entire progress so far. So I know that's pissed off a lot of people in the community, and right now the response has been actually pretty cool. I know the DoD guys have already reached out to this kid's clan and have offered our services to help run him through and get him quickly leveled. There were some requests from different people that we do a live stream where we help him rank up his character and get stuff. So we're gonna throw our. I think the community's throwing their hat in their ring, and we're gonna be making ourselves available to live stream with him and get his stuff up. And I think that the best thing we can do as a community is just get the information out there so everybody knows that if you share play with somebody, that means they got control of your PlayStation and they can delete your guys. So
Yeah, they
don't ever
stuff,
do
they
that.
can add stuff, they can buy stuff, they can do anything.
Absolutely.
You know what, Pope Bear? Send me his name. This is for him.
All right.
Oh, look at that.
Uh-oh.
Absolutely.
Gonna give out a
Very nice.
PlayStation
From
Plus
the
card.
Sparrow
to him.
Racing League community.
All right.
Absolutely.
And we're definitely going to be back in his play and getting him ranked up. I know there's a ton of the Dads of Destiny are definitely going to help him out, and there's a bunch of clan. I think the community is 50% feel sorry for the kid and want to help him, and the other 50% are laughing at him, right?
Yeah.
Well, he sounded like he was like 10 years old. He sounded really young.
Yeah, he's like 11 or 10 or like 11 or 12, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he for sure learned his lesson, but I mean, you don't want to see that happen to anyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it's like you said, he's a kid, man, and if he's lived in like, depending on what his life's been like, he may never have been in situations where people have been like that towards him. So
Yeah.
some guys like, hey, I'll help you get this stuff, and he's gullible. He's a kid. I mean, he's 10.
Yeah. I
He's
mean,
bound
you
to
don't
make
know
a
the
mistake
circumstance.
like that.
Yeah.
So,
You just.
it's a really bad. Anybody that's down on this kid is in really bad taste to do so. I mean,
Well,
any
imagine,
one of our
well,
kids
for
could
us,
do
it's a little
that.
different, right? Because we have kids.
Right.
So.
Right. We know what that's.
Yeah.
Shane's like, no,
David
I don't have
Shane's
kids.
like, no.
No.
Don't put that on
No,
me.
no, none of that.
Not yet. Not yet.
No.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Not
we
yet.
have kids, so we know what it would feel like if your son came running to you and like, Dad,
Right.
Dad, this guy just deleted my characters, and like, really? And I know there's been times in gaming times with Null Zero where you've had to take some defense for your kids, whether it be things that were being given to them inappropriate online or shown to them, or
Yeah.
talk to them. And so I can't even imagine, man. This little kid, all I can think is that he was thinking, oh, I'm gonna get to get something special, or
Right,
get
that's
somewhere
what
to do something.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
And
this
the
guy's
next thing
thinking
you know,
he thinks he's gonna get new items. This guy's like, oh, dude, I'll get the this gun you want. I'll run this part of the raid for you. Whatever. It's like, and then he
Yeah.
does that. I don't know.
Well,
It's really bad.
I think this has gotten it made
really
it made
pisses
it
me
on the
off.
weekly update. I think it's gotten enough. It's on Reddit, and it's made enough of a splash out there that I think that the community is responding. We're gonna, like I said, the Dads of Destiny's already reached out to him. We're gonna be a part of it. We'll get him back, but like I said, it'll take time to get him back up and running. But the reality is that the more we get this information out there, it will keep people from making the same mistake.
Yeah.
Right. Talk
Yeah,
to your kids.
and I hope if you're friends with Kermit the Frog, you remove him from your friends list. Total
Right.
bag.
No room
And
for
potentially
controls,
DDoS
man.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a loser.
Oh, I'm not.
Pope called for it
like-
already.
Speaking as an older brother, I would totally give that guy a noogie if he did that to my brother.
Absolutely,
Hands down.
noogies for sure.
I like it. I like it. Keeping it family safe here.
There you go.
Well, one of the other things to pinpoint that I want to talk about real quick is make sure, hopefully, by the time you guys watch this, that you were able to catch the Mars and Craig Hargrove on Mars, and that's going to be an awesome thing. So if you guys saw that, make sure you give your thanks, and it's going to be amazing. I don't know about you, Pope, but I'm really pumped, probably more about watching Craig go through Mars and telling us about it than I am our own ride we had last week. So it's going to be a lot of fun. If you guys don't know who Craig Hargrove is, he basically works on for NASA, and he actually works on the rover that's on Mars. Well, he basically almost controls it too. Right,
Yeah,
Pope?
so it's like he works for JPL, so who runs the Mars rover, and we kind of make fun of him because we picture him behind a joystick, like driving the Mars rover. It's nothing like that. There's a whole bunch of keyboards and buttons and stuff, and then he points at a rock he wants the rover to go to, and then they make it happen, and it goes there. But he gets to laser rocks and stuff like that. And when I was talking to him, when Troy and I were talking to him, and he was prepping for this, he was talking about his preparation for the Mars ride along. He was pulling up like some stuff that you won't be able to see. He shared with Bungie some images from the rover taken on Mars. Like you're gonna get during that ride along, they're gonna be posting some like never before seen like photos from the Mars rover. It's just gonna be a blast, and I had so much fun doing a mini ride along with him the other day on Mars, and it was just I'm like, this is going to be amazing. So definitely tune into that. It's Friday at what 1:30 Pacific one.
By the time they hear this, they'll already have been tuned in, right? Because it's
Right, but
basically
I'm talking about the people in the chat too, right? So
yeah,
we're doing
definitely
this
for the
live
people
now.
in chat. Tune in for that, and then if you can always go catch it, right? So Bungie will put it up as a video.
Yeah, they're going to put it up as a video.
So you guys can go and catch it. Definitely go check that out and see that. Well, let's go ahead and jump over
1:30
to
Pacific, 1:30 on February 20th. Yeah. Sorry.
1:30 on February 2nd. Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and jump over to our exotic section called I Want That.
Gimme, 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 I need. Gimme, 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 I need. Cracks me up.
All right, so Null Zero, you were telling me earlier today that you use this exotic in PvP. Pope uses this exotic religiously in the Crota raid.
Absolutely.
And it was the first exotic I leveled up all the way. And Hambone, you have one as well, and you said you use it quite
Yep.
often, right?
Yep, all the time in the raid,
What about
especially in my Titan.
Shane and David Weeks? You guys have a multi-tool?
Yes, I do.
And one that's
No.
not called Kermit the Frog.
Yes.
Right, because he's a
Yeah,
multi-tool.
Really? Yeah. Dude, unfortunately, I don't not yet. Yes.
Cool. Well, that's the one we're gonna highlight today is multi-tool, and so Pope, you're gonna pull up some stats there and share them with the people in chat. I'm sure
Yes,
because
sir.
that's just what you do. And Null Zero, why don't you go ahead and go ahead and talk a little bit about it? Read us a little catchphrase they have there for the multi-tool, and give us some specs there.
Well, to start off, the multi-tool is, it's a scout rifle. It's an exotic scout rifle. And what I was going to say about what I use in PvP real quick is I run it as an agility build. And it's really good for combating people that use shotguns.
Right.
And so, anyways, getting to the...
Dun, 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 dun.
I thought you were having Hambone read this. That's
I'll
why
read it.
I didn't have it pulled up right away.
Mida,
Oh yeah, I am gonna have Hambone do it. Hambone, why don't you go ahead and read us a little bit about the multi-tool?
All right. Well, the Mida multi-tool, the description reads: select application, ballistic engagement, entrenching tool, avionics troll smasher, stellar sextant. The list continues. I just think
Sounds like you're describing me over there.
Right, basically, I'm like, is this Troy? So yeah, I love it.
So Pope, what stats you got for us over there?
Well, I'm working on it. I'm bringing it up in a minute. Give me just a
Alright.
second.
I have stats over here.
Well,
I'm
why
just
don't you
saying.
go ahead,
yeah.
Hambone? Give us some
Hambone.
stats.
The
Stats.
rate of fire on the Mida multi-tool is 42. It has an impact of 38 with a range of 58 and a stability of 49. And its reload is tricticulous. It's 100. So it can't get any higher. And it comes standard with 21 rounds in the magazine. And that's what's up with the multi-tool.
So I threw up on the chart Destiny Tracker tool that we've been using, and it's comparing what I see as some of the best scout rifles in the game right now. the Mida multi-tool, Vision of Confluence, Badger, Saturnine Rapier, and Galeon's Demise. So when you look at the multi-tool as when I look at these sort of breakdowns, I think that it's most what you look for is in an exotic is that it dominates that type of gun or that class in more than three categories. That's usually when I look at it as being an exotic, and I'm sort of frustrated when it's not because I feel like it hasn't really achieved its status as being an exotic. But it's in this case it's the rate of fire, the reload speed, and the magazine, which at first it doesn't really make it feel like it should be reaching the exotic status until you add some of its exotic perks, right? So the reason why Troy announced it as something that I used religiously in the raid is because the Mida multi-tool perk, this weapon boosts move speed and fires on a hair trigger. Now, this right here is extremely valuable for the lamp portion of the Crota raid because when you have this registered, plus it's a ×4 speed boost on this. So if you put your character to agility and high focus on agility, plus have this tool, the mighty multi tool in your equipped, you can be faster than the thrall, and you don't actually have to deal with them. So you run ahead of them. The third eye is an extremely good perk for PvP, and just, but I think what makes this gun what it the awesome exotic that it is that it's two exotic perks.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, also when you compare, like Pope was saying, it has its two exotic perks, and then it also has a lightweight bubble in the middle, so you're getting double the boost there for compared to any other weapon.
Hmm.
Like there are a lot of weapons in the game that boost 2+ agility, but you get that perk plus the
Yeah, it's
multi-tool
plus
perk.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, so you end up with plus
Wow.
6
No,
and a
is it
maxed
plus
out
6?
perk.
I thought it was plus 4.
Well, +4 from the multi-tool perk, and then +2 from the agility lightweight
Oh,
perk.
I didn't know the I didn't know the multi-tool perk was plus 4. That's cool.
That's well, I can't confirm that for sure, but I mean, based on my experience, I'm going with it. I'm calling it a 4. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Oh, okay. Okay.
so
Oh,
there is no
It's ham
statistical
bone.
value.
It's
Yeah.
the ham bone method. It's
The ham value says it's 4, and that's
right.
what it is. Damn it.
Oh, okay. Got it. I got it now. I
There's
got
no
it.
real science behind this.
No real science. It just makes sense as 4 because you know it's more than 2.
Because he said so.
Because he
You know it's
said
more than
so.
Well,
Got
I
it.
have I have loved scout rifles since the beginning. I know Pope has too. He's loved scout rifles for a long time, and the thing that I'm interested to see is how when the change comes for pulse rifles. If people like me and Pope, if I can talk here, that actually like scout rifles, if we're going to start finding ourselves using a lot of pulse rifles over those scout rifles, and at that time how we fall with the MIDI multi tool and the other ones like Vision of Confluence and things like that that we've been using for a long time. So I'm really interested to see how that kind of plays out as well. And we have some of the exotic pulse rifles going to be coming as well. I don't know. I don't even know what some of those perks are because I haven't even looked at those guns. Right, like Red Death, if it has an agility a bonus or anything like that. So obviously stay tuned, guys. We will be doing more and more of these each week. And we'll probably be covering, obviously some of the pulse rifles when next week when 1.1.1 is released. So stay tuned for that as well. And we're going to go ahead and jump over into stories from the tower.
And now it's time for Stories from the Tower. Stories that come from you, to us, and back to you. Be prepared to laugh at time, or 3, or 2.
All right, so Mr. Hambone here, what you got for me for stories from the tower?
Okay, so this week, if you can imagine, I actually got a story about poop. Can you believe?
Oh, poop!
What?
We've
Can you
never
believe
had
it?
those type of stories
Isn't that
before.
our mantra at this point? We're just like the poop
You know, Shane,
cast.
Shane, Shane, David. I apologize. I apologize ahead of time for this
Oh,
segment
man.
because it seems to. Two big things that rotate around dads' lives are, picking up other things, feces in your life. You know,
Oh,
yeah, it's your
Hey.
dog, your cat, your kid. It's a magical moment when they get old enough and they're no longer
So
in diapers, and you no longer have to clean up after another being's feces. So
yeah. See, I'm not at that point yet. Thank God.
you just
I
have to
don't have
clean
to.
up after your own. That's
I,
it.
It's my own. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
It
from a
happens.
family of 7 siblings, so I know what it's like. Don't worry, I've been there before.
are you the oldest, David?
Uh, but I was raised as the oldest, so I had a
So
little
you
bit
had
of both.
you had a lot of cleanup duties going on with the
Pretty
young.
much. So I
Oh,
know
okay, yes.
I'm ready for Hambone's story.
Oh boy, I don't know if you are. This one doesn't even have anything to do with kids, and that's why I'm just gonna
Oh
prepare
God.
Oh,
you.
this is a good one.
I'm just gonna prepare you. Here we go. This story is coming from Fidel Cashflow. Time out for that. How great is that name?
Nice.
Like, let's just start with that. Fidel Cashflow. He wins already. All right, so here is his story. I had an interesting story about crapping my pants pertaining to approximately 3 episodes ago. So I'll share that. I'm a mailman in Dayton, Ohio. So I went to work Monday of last week, just coming off of a crazy weekend. Lots of family functions, eating tons of foods that I didn't see prepared. And let's say some of the sources were of ill repute. I'm out on my route doing my thing when bam, my stomach seizes up. I yak all over a customer's porch and I call my boss and I'm like, hey man, I need to go home. My stomach is killing me. He argues with me for nearly 35 minutes. I finally win, so I get to go home. But when I got home, I finally started to feel a little better. Whammy, it hits me again. So I rush to the restroom, lean over Old Faithful, and let loose. As I let loose, my gut lets loose on the other end. I
Oh my
puked.
God.
And he actually said puked. He puked, which is a puke and a poop at the same time. So
Oh my
he
God.
says that is truly an awful experience. Not an awesome experience, but an
Oh.
awful experience. So I just wanted to stop for a minute and talk about the puke.
Have you ever puked before?
I have never puked. I've
Puked?
never puked.
Well, you
Anybody?
sure as
Now
you sure as
I
hell
want
sneezed and farted
I want to
both
share
once?
something with you. This is a very this is a very private moment. Like one of the things David Weeks, you noticed when I came into the room was that I was wearing my comfy flannel PJs because as I was prepping for the night tonight, I had gotten food poisoning last night, and I've been rather sick with the flu, and I may or may not have done that.
Oh gosh.
I actually had this
Oh.
happen to me at a restaurant. If you want to know the honest truth.
Oh
Really?
God.
Oh, please
I
share.
was at an
Please
Italian
continue.
restaurant. I was really, really sick, and I feel really sorry for the person that had to deal with this because I was eating like I was like, okay, look, I can't have anything heavy. I wasn't feeling good, but I knew I needed to eat something, right? So it was like this, like the vinaigrette type of dressing, their house, kind of red dressing that they put on their salads at a lot of Italian food restaurants, and I remember eating it, and I got up and I walked. I was like, I told my wife, I was like, this is right after we got married too, and I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I walked to the bathroom, and I sat down to use the bathroom, but I did not think that I was going to actually regurgitate, and
no.
I had to grab the trash can that was right. Luckily, this was like a smaller restaurant, right? So it was just like a one-seater, bathroom. And bro, I'm telling you, I puked all up in that trash can, and the things that came out of both ends were just redonkulous.
At the same time?
Dude, it was weird. I'm telling you, it was
No.
it was the best feeling I've ever had in my life when I was done because I felt
Oh,
like I
man.
was cleaned out, and I just
From
like
both sides.
got it out of my system. It was insane. And I felt so bad because I just left the bathroom. I mean, what do you do? I mean, I told the guy, I was like, hey man, I threw up, but that was it. I mean, he didn't realize that I threw up and threw up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it was.
That's-
I've
tough.
actually had this happen as well.
So wait a minute. So wait. A
Show of
sneeze
hands.
and a fart is like crap. But you have puked. You have
Yeah,
puked.
I'll tell you my story. It's pretty quick. What happened was it was the first time I was legally able to go downtown to 6th Street in Austin, Texas,
Uh-huh.
and I way overdid it. I got plastered drunk. I had like 30 drinks in one night. And so we went to the Taco Cabana afterwards, and we were
Mhm.
like, gonna order, and the guys were like, "Hey, what do you want?" I was like, "Oh, dude, give me the nachos," or I don't even know. Maybe it was something else. But so I was like,
Doesn't
"Dude, I gotta
matter
go to
at
the
that
bathroom."
point.
Right.
Yeah,
I was like, "I
anything
gotta
from
go
a
to the
taco
bathroom real
place.
quick." So I remember I went in there to go take a leak, and I was like, all of a sudden, I was like, I think I gotta take a crap. So I sat down on the toilet, dude, and as that started happening, next thing I know, it was just like, I just exorcism barfed like all over the floor.
Oh man.
It was so bad. They drugged me out of. I don't even remember leaving the restaurant that night. Like literally, they drugged me out of there and literally took me to my mom's house. It was like, "Here's your son."
The difference between all of ours and yours is self-induced. I mean, you
absolutely.
made yours occur. All of ours were
Yeah.
like from sickness.
Yeah.
I was young and stupid. I went downtown, didn't know what the hell I was doing with drinking, and I just was stupid with it.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
That is awesome.
Hambone, any other stories that we can relate to and share? Maybe.
Oh,
more
absolutely. I know you guys can relate to this one. It's about sex. So,
Oh yeah, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about.
This one is coming from Seer Prophet, and it is about sex with his pregnant wife. I remember one time when my wife was pregnant, I asked her if we could be careful, if we had to be careful having sex. She looked at me funny. I told her I didn't want to poke the baby. She shook her head and
He
laughed.
comes out, "Hey, Dad, how do you like it? How do you like it, Dad? How do you like that?"
Funny you should say it. Fast forward in time, our son was learning to walk and he was doing a pretty good job. One day he was walking across the living room and he stopped at the couch. He then turned around and looked at me and started poking his own head over and over and over again. And I just said, "I knew it!" I freaked out that his kid was simulating what had happened.
Thanks a lot, Dad.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
So,
We appreciate that, Dad.
I thought that one was pretty freaking funny. Those are the two that I'm going to share this week. Please make sure you guys continue to send them in.
Scientifically, I don't think that's possible.
Well, go ahead and break it down, Zero. Break down the science.
Yeah, what's the science on that? What is the science
My
on that?
understanding, the way everything
All right,
lines up
yes,
and the way
yes,
the
it's not
female
possible.
body
All right.
is, that's not going to happen.
So
Thanks
you
for
are
killing
good
the
to
funny
go.
story, David. Thanks a lot for killing the funny story.
Right? It's
Oh,
not
my
possible.
Well,
David's
see, the
like,
thing is,
Debbie Downer.
Troy, he's having a hard time with the physics of it because of the size of certain anatomy parts.
Oh, is that the white nail? thing?
Yeah, see, he's having a hard time picturing how that
Though,
like
Pope,
distance is.
everything is bigger in Texas.
Right.
I like how Pope was trying to get away from this. He was like, guys, okay, that's enough. And now he's only getting it worse. Like he's only taking it to a worse place.
Right?
Yeah,
Just
That's what I
taking it
have to
there.
do. That's what I have to do.
Oh man. No Zero. Any feedback we got this week that we need to share?
Yeah, absolutely. We have one from our buddy James Taylor. He said, "Hey guys, just wanted to say thank you to all of you for keeping the podcast up." He says, "Love listening to you guys on the regular. I can't believe how wide DoD community reaches. I was looking for an Xbox UK time zone clan with a bit of a PvP flair, and having no success, thought I'd check if there was a DoD ally on the other side of the pond." And with a few hours of the time zone. And he found one with the X1 Euro. He says that they seem like a great bunch of guys, and he recommends them to group with anyone if you aren't a PvP fan. So
Awesome. Yeah, I know last week too, I got the podcast up a day late. Guardian Radio, Mark, who's over there, was actually out of town, and I got it to him later in the morning than I usually do. And people were blowing us up on Twitter and everything else, wondering, "Where's the podcast? Where's the podcast?" So if that happens, guys, it usually will never be any later than Tuesday morning at the latest. But we always try to get it up on Monday morning. But schedules change sometimes, or people on vacation and things occur. So we're sorry about that. But we'll continue to get those out. We appreciate you guys listening every week. We appreciate everybody, that's part of the community and that helps the community grow, like Shane and David Weeks. Thanks so much, guys, for joining us today. We really appreciate it. We can't thank you guys enough for everything that you do. David, the events that you keep putting together and what you're doing over there at Destiny Dispatch, and Shane, creating some new content for the community and being around, jumping in our streams all the time, and we really appreciate it. So thank you from all of us for doing that. Everybody, thanks so much for listening.
Hey, Troy.
Yeah.
I got to throw a shout out here. We actually got an email, and I want to help somebody out. So I'm just going to throw out a shout out here. And I'm shouting out Ethan, who plays a male Exo Warlock. He is a 9-year-old that just beat his first Vote of Glass. So
Absolutely.
his dad sent us an email and asked if we
Yeah,
would
I
give
was
him a
actually
shout
gonna
out.
read that one.
Oh, boom. All right, David. I just didn't want it to go
No, go ahead.
without being
Go
said.
ahead.
So, yeah, that's all I'll say about that. But yeah, it came from David Lockett, and Ethan is his 9-year-old son, and he officially became a level 30 Guardian and beat VOG this weekend.
All
So,
right.
yeah, just
Congratulations,
wanted to say
Ethan.
congrats, Ethan, and what's up from the podcast, man?
And
Yeah, what's up, man? And I know, well, you and No Zero took somebody else's son through Vault the Glass, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
I
Last
did.
week. And then
And I
Pope
actually
took some
took-
Bungie kids through.
yeah, there's some Bungie devs that their kids hadn't beaten the Vault of Glass, and so we threw them into a party and we ran them through. So
Yeah.
that was pretty awesome. I think before we take off, maybe David, let's get the dates out again for the Operation Supply Drop.
Absolutely. It's going to start February 28th. That's a Saturday. It's going to run from that morning to the next morning on March 1st. You know, everyone's involved in the community, basically. That could be this time. We got the Loot Cave. I think I saw him in the chat. We've got you guys. We've got Guardian Radio. We've got Dungeon Protocols, Watts' clan from Guardian Radio. I'm actually putting some... I actually just put... Oh, no. I can't put a link in there. Never mind. But... I have a link for our press kit. Pretty much, it contains all the images, all the promotional posters that were done by the guys.
Send it to me in chat, and I'll put it up in the.
Okay.
Yeah,
no
we already
problem.
got that over to we already got that over to Dave, so he has that for the site. So he'll be putting up stuff on the DoD podcast.
Good deal.
So yeah, definitely, we're excited about doing it. Once again, you know, you can catch us from 1 to 4 in the morning on the 28th. That's Central Time. If you're on the Pacific Coast, that'll be from 11 to 2. So definitely jump in and catch us and see us play sometime then. Sounds like we're going to do something with Shane there and do a little race, Shane. So make sure you guys stop by and see that as well. Shane, where can they go to visit you again? What's the URL?
SparrowRacingLeague.com.
So guys,
Spelled out
jump
normally.
over there. Yeah, jump over there and check out them on their website and on Twitter. As always, guys, thanks for listening. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you rate us on iTunes. Make sure you check us out on YouTube and Twitch /the DoD podcast. Thanks to everybody in the chat tonight that watched us and stayed around. Really appreciate it. You can also go to thedodpodcast.com for direct links. And make sure you also visit Guardian Radio Network for tons of other great news and podcasts. You have the Guardian Radio Show over there, TTL Party Chat, Warlock School, and Ghosts and Echoes. You can follow us on Twitter at thedodpodcast.com. You can follow me on Twitter at TooLoudTX. You can also follow No Zero at NOLXERO, Pope Bear, Pope_Bear, Hambondini, HAMBODINI. And Shane, what's your Twitter handle over there?
We're at Destiny SRL.
And Dave, what's your Twitter?
At Destiny Author, no space.
There you go. And guys, don't forget, as David said, Saturday the 28th for Operation Supply Drop. Thanks again for listening. And until next time, see you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
Take care, polar bear.
So long, King Kong.
Till we meet again, Guardian.
Shane got you.
Dude, Shane showed you up, dude.
Oh
Shane
my
showed
gosh,
you
Shane,
up.
you're never coming on again, bro.
You just took Brian's bit. You just took Brian's bit.
Wow.
That was
Took
damn
my
good,
stuff,
Shane.
man.
That was excellent work.
That
So
was awesome.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Appreciate it.
I want to thank everybody in the chat for stopping in. This is our second time ever doing the podcast live, and we're gonna, every time it's gonna get a little better, and so we really appreciate those people that are dropping in and checking us out in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream, and we just really appreciate everybody who is supporting us in the DoD podcast. So thank you very much, guys.
Let's go play some people.